It's been a hard week out here, one of those that really tests you. But something happened that reminded us we're not alone. Good morning, farm friends. It's been a little while. We've got a lot going on the farm and just in life, and it's been a little what's the word? Discouraging and overwhelming. I don't know if your life ever gets like that, but we had the nicest thing happen to us a while back, and it really made us happy. And I'm going to tell you about that as I go check on the horses. We've been getting a very unusual amount of water for Arizona. We literally had maybe an inch of rain in a year. And this past 2 weeks, I bet we've had 4 inches. So that doesn't sound like a lot to you, because a lot of you get 4 inches in a storm. And I may be wrong on my amounts because I don't have a rain gauge, but other parts of Arizona have been flooded just horribly. Just Google Arizona flooding, and especially Globe, Arizona. Our prayers go out to those that have been affected by the floods. There's been many people die in the floods. And so it's just been a little crazy around here. We're grateful for all the rain because we needed the moisture bad. But I don't know what it is about Arizona. We're just not used to the weather, and our ground is not used to water. We have a lot of clay, and when we get a lot of water, it's like it just runs off. It doesn't soak in very well. And so that's why you can be dry and everything going good, and then all of a sudden it rains for just a little bit really hard, and flash floods start happening down the creeks, the creek beds. We don't have creeks in Arizona really, but we have dry creek beds, or we call them washes. And within minutes they can just be roaring with water, and people oftentimes are like, oh well, it can't be that deep, it can't be that bad, and they try to drive through those, and they don't understand the power of water. And so they get in a creek bed, they get stuck, and pretty soon their vehicle starts going down the water, and oftentimes the people aren't able to get out because the current or the flow of the water is just so strong. But I'm going to show you some of the horses and tell you about what happened that really kind of cheered us up. Those of you that follow our channel, don't worry about us. Sorry, I'm trying to get the lighting better. Okay, right there. It's weird if you don't hold your camera just right, the lighting's not perfect, but don't worry about us, we're okay. But the newlyweds have had their share of health issues. When you first get married, you hope that you get married and live happily ever after. Well, poor Jocelyn has had some major tooth pain. She had a root of a canal that went bad. I don't understand how all that goes, and it got infected. And those of you that have had tooth pain and abscesses or whatever, a ton of pain. Well, they put her on Tylenol 3, like an extra strength Tylenol with codeine, and she's been so sick and so throwing up every day, and just things have not been getting better. And I wish my lighting was better. There, I'm trying to find where. There you go, that's a little better. So she's been sick, and poor Blake's just trying so hard to help her, but she's just miserable. And that's hard, you know. They're trying to be full-time students and work and do what they can. Well, we realized that, well, I think Jocelyn's mom's the one that discovered that Tylenol 3 with codeine or whatever has gluten in it. Well, Jocelyn is celiac, and any little amount of gluten can make her sick. And that's what was happening, was the medicine was actually poisoning her system. And so we're not blaming anybody for this. It's just so sad but now that we figured that out, hopefully she can start feeling better. The tooth's been abstracted, is that how they say it? She'll have to get an implant, which those are super expensive, and so as newlyweds, you know how it all goes. But that's okay. They both have parents that love them and will make sure they're okay. But that's been a concern of ours. Casey is in the middle of volleyball season and doing awesome, but that takes a lot of our time watching a lot of volleyball games. I've been out on the reservation a lot for work, and then this rain, even though it's been a blessing, this mud it kind of complicates everything. It's hard to get things done as quickly or as you'd like. Then we had a horse get hurt really bad, and I'll tell you about it. I think it's gonna be okay, but I gotta tell you about this. Okay, so remember the 3 black colts that we brought home recently? And here's Frank the mule. Well, that black stud colt right there, I'm not gonna go too close because I don't want him to move. He's doing well now. Well, I shouldn't say well. He's gonna survive. I'll see if I can get close enough without scaring him off. So you can see the blood coming down right there. So in between his legs, he took a huge gash. Let me show you what happened. So I put Cereal out here with these other horses. Cereal's been gelded for 2 weeks now, 2 or 3 weeks. And I've always found that when you geld a stallion, it's good to just put them out with other horses so that they start learning that maybe they're not the stud they used to be. Just they feel the same urges and tendencies. Man, it's amazing when it rains around here and we have cloud cover like we do today, how the sounds of the freeway just are amplified. It's kind of crazy. But I've noticed that after a couple weeks when they filled up, I like to put them with the other horses because they feel those same tendencies and urges, but they also realize, wait, I don't have the same testosterone I used to. So he was doing great with the horses, and I feel bad that it was probably my fault, but I didn't intend for it to be like this. I honestly didn't see anything happening like this. But let me turn this around. So we have the pasture out here. We have this area that they can walk in, and there's just this little alleyway. And this gate right here, if I shut it like it is now, then I can walk into these pens. And anyway, it's a muddy mess right now. But I think everything was fine. But this is what I think happened. I used to put this gate with a loop over to this T-post that used to be upright, okay? Well, I'm envisioning this. What happened is that black colt got in here, and then Cereal came, and Cereal's the dominant one, and probably got after, like, probably bit the black one on the butt or something, and the black one felt trapped. So he jumped, and he jumped because this isn't too tall, but he tried to jump, and he went over this thing here, and there's blood on here. And so as he went over, it just sliced him underneath his front leg. So now we're having to doctor him and check on him. And at first, he just really could hardly move, but he's getting better every day. But that just made me super sad that happened. And then there's Chipper, who's not putting on the weight that we had hoped, despite all of our efforts. So that's been discouraging. There's Chipper right there. And she has lots of feed over here, and yet she's just not over there eating. And so it's been discouraging. So a lot of stuff that's kind of been hard on the farm lately. But with that said, the other day we received a package in the mail, and it was addressed to the farm with a return address to the farm. And I was like, that's weird. What's that all about? And we opened it up, and it was the kindest package. And so I don't know about you, but when we receive something nice, we try to find out, well, who sent this? And so we started looking through it, and there was no return address, there was no name, but the nicest lady sent us an anonymous package, and it really just boosted our spirits and helped us out. I don't know if you've noticed, but we've been a little slow on videos lately. It gets discouraging sometimes if you're working it all the time and you feel like you're not making progress. But this package was just so kind. I know it's a lady because she said she was a lady who had found our channel and was addicted. She said, "You guys are worse than Lay's potato chips. You just can't put it down." She said she had started watching us, got interested and liked it, so she went back to the very beginning and had watched like 3 years worth of them. She said there was sometimes 2 days that she didn't sleep because she just watched them. I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And then not only did she write us this sweet letter, all of this handwritten. She said she was, I think, in her 70s. Didn't tell us where she lived, but she just told us, you could tell she had watched everything, because she asked about all of our dogs through the years. She asked us about our horses and how they're doing, and how's this horse, and have you followed up on this horse? And I mean, it was awesome. It actually was eye-opening to us, because we're like, wow, we have got a lot of stuff done in the past 5 years or so that we've been doing YouTube. So it was very eye-opening, and it was fun to read her letter and just to realize that we have accomplished a lot. We've got a lot of our horses to good homes. Then she also sent an envelope individual to me, one to Vicky, one to Bryson, or not Bryson, sorry. She didn't send it to our older married kids. And it's been interesting because we started YouTube after the 2 oldest were already married. Most of you don't know them as well. But she sent it to Blake and Jocelyn, and so she sent us each our own individual envelope. In my envelope, she sent a little bit of money to help Pumbaa. And she's like, I've fallen in love with Pumbaa, and I want to help Pumbaa. And then she sent to Vicky some money and said, hey, I want you and Alan to go on a date to your favorite place on the farm. So whoever you are, one of these days when the rain stops because it has been wet and muddy, we're gonna try, we'll set up a little table on our favorite place on the farm and have that date. she sent some little wine glasses with a Dr. Pepper. I mean, she knows us well. She sent a really sweet note to Casey, and she sent an envelope to the newlyweds, and I think she threw some money in there to say thank you. She didn't have to send us any money or do anything like this, but it just really cheered us up. And so here's my challenge for you today, guys. If you want to cheer someone up, do something for them anonymously. It's sometimes, you know, we do things for people, maybe hoping to get noticed or recognized or whatever. I'm telling you what she did and recognizing her, but we have no clue who she is. But I want you to know that it made our day. It cheered us up at a time that's been a little bit gloomy, and yet we can't thank you enough. I also want to thank someone else, and I'm going to go grab. We met the nicest guy through. We've met so many people through YouTube. I never would have guessed doing YouTube would have helped us make friends around the world. But one of those dear friends is a young man we call Cowboy Ty. And he got that nickname from Reed Flake. That's Rodeo Reed. They had a YouTube channel for years. They got hacked. And they got hacked twice, and so they stopped doing their channel, which makes me sad because I loved watching their videos, and they were one of the first that we got to know when we started doing YouTube. And so they really inspired us and helped us and became great friends of ours. And so it makes me sad that Rodeo Reed and Amy Flake are no longer doing videos. That just makes me sad. It makes me sad that there's so much dishonesty and scams in the world right now, that people just are constantly at risk of being scammed or hacked or whatever. But with all that said, they introduced us to Cowboy Ty, or Ty. I don't know that they introduced us. I think Ty started commenting on our videos because he watched Rodeo Reed, and Rodeo Reed was good to shout us out. Anyway, we got to know Cowboy Ty. He's a young man who served a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Arizona, so he has a passion for Arizona. And we've actually got to meet him a couple times when we went to the National Finals Rodeo, because he lives near Las Vegas. And so Cowboy Ty, a young single guy with, I'm sure, bills to pay, and not he could be doing different stuff with his money, but he sent us these appleberry cookie cubes for the horses. So I'm gonna, as I end this video, Cowboy Ty, thank you. I'm gonna feed the horses some of your cookie cubes, and for all of you that support and watch our channel, we appreciate it so much. You're the best. I don't know if Cowboy Ty got this on our Amazon wish list or if he just sent it to us. I don't remember how, but he sent it to us. And we just want to thank you, Cowboy Ty and Mrs. or Miss Anonymous. We cannot thank you enough. Thank you for the sweet package that really boosted us at a time that it's been a little discouraging. But again, those of you that watch our channel, don't be worried about us. We're all fine. We all have our rainy days, but the sun will come out tomorrow, right? And it's kind of funny. Those of us in Arizona, we pray for rain, and then it comes for a few days, and it's literally kind of discouraging and depressing to me. Just the mud and everything. I don't know how those of you that live in Oregon or Washington or places that it rains all the time, I think I would have a hard time emotionally, or mentally. So I love my Arizona sunshine, but I also am grateful to God for the rain. So, and I'm grateful to all of you, and especially today to Miss Anonymous and to Cowboy Ty. Thank you so much. Have a great day, guys. All right, Cowboy Ty, let's see how little Pumbaa likes these. Pumbaa with his one blind eye. What do you think, Pumbaa? Are those awesome? These are awesome. Oh, he took two at the same time. You're a little guy to eat two at a time. Oh, one of them fell out. Oh, Mariah may come eat some, huh? Come here, Mariah. Come here, Mariah. Mariah, come here. Oh, come here. Come here, Mariah. Well, they're a hit, Cowboy Ty. And Miss Anonymous, we'll keep taking care of Pumbaa. He's foaming at the mouth with all this good food. All right, Mariah, you want some more? These are a little different texture than what they're used to. So it's taking them a minute just to know how to move their mouths. It's kind of funny. Each treat is so different. All right, guys. Can you tell Cowboy Ty thank you? Huh? Can you tell him thank you?